guys, and welcome or welcome back. Today's reading, we are trying to see what makes you beautiful and try to describe your unique type of beauty. So anyone who follows me probably knows I have been missing for quite some time. It feels like a few months now. I've just had a lot going on, but thank you so much to those of you who reached out and were still leaving wonderful comments and messages for me. I really appreciate that. A lot of you know that I've been going through my Saturn return right now, so there are a lot of changes happening in my life all at once. So it's all been good. They've been great changes, but they've been like overwhelming, and I just have not had the energy to do readings, but things are starting to even out a bit after that whole busy period in my life. So I want to come back and start doing readings for you guys again. But anyway, so if anyone was wondering, but today we're going to do kind of just a simple fun topic while I get back into the swing of things. And I am getting back into the swing of things, so please bear with me if it's a little tough for me to translate these energies for you guys. I'm just gonna do my best. But anyway, let's get started. So today we have 4 groups to choose from. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. For group 1 today, we have a iridescent rose quartz cluster. For group 2, a moss agate. For group 3, a clear quartz point. And for group 4, a rose quartz window stone. So as always, take as much time as you need to decide which group you feel most drawn to. You can pause the video if you need, but when you're ready, please go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video, and I will see you in just a second in your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the rose quartz cluster geode thing. So let's get started. Today we're going to see we're going to try to describe your beauty. So let's get started. So for you guys, we have Bearberry with strength. We have the hyena. We have the Prince of Discs. We have the 8 of Swords, and here in the Thoth deck they call that Interference. And we also have the Queen of Discs, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so right off the bat, a lot of earth energy, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have a lot of earth signs in this group. But I mean, we also have fire and air here, maybe a Gemini. Taurus, but all right, your beauty group 1. Give me a second to just tune in here. This is interesting. Okay, so for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm getting kind of ugly duckling vibes. Meaning maybe you were like a late bloomer. Everyone knows the story of the ugly duckling, right? Like everyone made fun of the ugly duckling and then it turned into a beautiful, beautiful swan. So maybe like you were the type of person who when you were a kid in school, maybe you were even picked on for some of you. Or you just like weren't considered very attractive or conventionally beautiful, but maybe you just blossomed late and now you're considered like perfect and beautiful and nurturing. And if that's the case, I feel like your beauty, your physical beauty anyway, is something that you have worked on. Because maybe some of you were maybe you weren't picked on or anything, but maybe you just felt very insecure about your body in particular. Because with strength here and all these pentacles, it's giving me something, and 8 of Swords, yeah, it just feels like insecurity about your body that maybe you used to deal with. Maybe some of you are still struggling with that, but I feel like you have really worked very hard to on your physical body. Like, I don't know, like I keep saying, it's like the ugly duckling thing. Like you just blossomed into something extremely beautiful. And if you have, this is like just a side message, but if you have any residual insecurities about maybe how you felt about your body in the past, it's just like the message is, it's not warranted anymore. You're like extremely physically beautiful now. And I would say, sorry, there's like so many messages here. I'm trying to, and this is my first reading in a while, as you guys know, so bear with me. You are the first group in the first reading in a while. But, okay. So with the Queen of Discs here, the Queen of Pentacles, it's like, this is a very soft, feminine type of beauty. And I mean this in terms of your physical beauty. I have a very soft, feminine, nurturing kind of characteristic to it, I guess I would say. Like the energy you radiate is soft. Like I feel like people see you and be like, that would make that would be a great mother for my children, for instance, if you're single. Maybe some of you actually are mothers though, and that shows through in maybe a milfy kind of way, if that term isn't offensive. I do feel like I said, I feel like a lot of you really work on your physical appearance, your physical beauty, and I'm seeing a lot of working out here. So maybe a lot of you, you know, you go to the gym every day. Maybe some of you who chose this are actually like gym rats. And you take a lot of pride in your physical appearance and what you've been able to create for your physical appearance here. And if that doesn't apply, that you're not like a gym rat, you're not working out every day, that type of thing, then it might just be you might put a lot of effort into it. Otherwise, like maybe you are really skilled with makeup or skincare or something like that. You would know what it is for yourself. And there are messages about your internal beauty here too, but I guess we're starting with your physical appearance. Yeah, there is a lot about soft, feminine beauty to your physical appearance. So like, for instance, even if you're like a gym rat and you work out a lot and you have a lot of strong muscles, there's something about you that's still soft and feminine. Really motherly. That's what I keep hearing, is motherly. So with the Eight of Swords here though, this is like you being blindfolded to it, you not seeing your physical beauty. And maybe that's why I was getting the ugly duckling thing. Like maybe in your past or throughout your life, maybe you just like didn't see it, or maybe you were less attractive in the past for some of you. And like I said, I don't know the reasons, but it just feels like there's some sort of insecurity here that's not warranted, right? I'm sure most of you are familiar with like the Rider-Waite Eight of Swords, that it's like a beautiful blindfolded lady. She can't actually see. So I just feel like you can't see your own physical beauty, and the spirit wants to remind you or let you know that that's your insecurity is just unwarranted. You do actually have well, quite frankly, a beautiful body is what I'm hearing. Like they're sorry, bear with me here. I'm trying to process this that I'm hearing. There's also like how do I phrase this? It's like nature. I'm seeing palm trees. I don't know why I'm seeing palm trees and what that is supposed to mean in terms of your beauty. Maybe that's just a message for somebody, because I don't know how to interpret what the palm trees mean. But there's kind of like a natural flowiness, you know. Palm trees can kind of bend in the wind a bit. I just feel like there is a sorry, I'm trying to figure out what Spirit's trying to say with the palm tree message here. Maybe it'll come to me in a minute here. But there are... So yeah, that's your physical beauty, but there's a very, very strong, very, very powerful personality coming from you too. That is, I feel like even if you're just around friends, the beauty from your personality really, really shows through, and that's coming through very strongly with this hyena card here. So this card in the guidebook is, I think she describes it as charming and witty and funny. So I just feel like you're the person always cracking jokes. You're the person always making people laugh, kind of lightening tense situations is what I would say, like cutting through tension. Like some of you might even have a darker sense of humor, so if something tense or bad is happening, you kind of crack a joke and you make it feel less dark for the people around you, if that makes sense. Or if there, just some sort of tension or fighting or bad situation, you just kind of like de-stress people. You help people chill out just by making jokes. So, and it's kind of almost sarcastic humor for some of you, but it feels like a little bit of a dark sense of humor for some of you. And I feel like part of your beauty is your ability to cut that tension with your humor and your wit. I mean, obviously you're very intelligent with the Eight of Swords here, and the hyena is a pretty intelligent animal as well. So I just feel like because of that intelligence, you are able to make these really witty remarks that cut through any tension. But I feel like the beauty in that is not necessarily your sense of humor or your intelligence. It's how you're using that intelligence to, help people be less stressed, right? You use that intelligence or that dark or witty sense of humor, like for good, in terms of what I've been saying, in terms of you cutting the tension, you making things easier on people, you just like snap their stress, kind of. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Spirit, can you please describe Group 1's beauty? Group 1's beauty. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. Okay, so for some reason in this group, I can feel that some of you I've been feeling this since I started it, and I think it's kind of coming from this insecurity that I'm picking up, is that some of you are single. And obviously this won't apply to everybody, but some of you are single, and I feel like maybe it's feeding into any insecurity you might have about your body or your personality. Like you think, oh, I'm not beautiful enough, that's why I'm single, that type of thing. But I feel like that's why Spirit wants to reassure you that you have a lot going for you. And you are more beautiful, but you are more beautiful than you think. If you're feeling that insecurity or feeling single because you don't feel like beautiful enough, but it's just like, again, this Eight of Swords here, you're blocked from seeing it. But when you're blocked from seeing your own beauty, when you are kind of refusing to acknowledge it or not able to see it, it also blocks off the energy. So there's almost like, again, this is just a side message for those of you where this is resonating, but if you are not feeling beautiful in terms of not seeing your own beauty, it's also creating an energetic block. And so other people are picking up on that. Like, even if they look at you and think that you are physically beautiful, they're not able to actually get past that energetic wall. If you see these swords here, they're actually making a wall, okay? And on the Thoth deck, it's actually called interference. So it's almost like your own self-image, your own not seeing yourself in a good light, is kind of creating that block. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm not beautiful, that's why I'm single. No, it's actually you not able to see your own beauty that's not letting your light shine. It's creating a wall. And I hope I am explaining this right. I just feel like Spirit's wanting to say you need to acknowledge and see your own beauty, because when you do that, then energetically you're basically sending out this message that I see myself, I'm secure in myself, and other people are more able to energetically see it and act upon your beauty, if that makes sense. God, I feel like I'm just like, again, sorry, this is my first reading in a while, you guys, but basically it's just like, acknowledge your own beauty. Start to, anyway, if you're feeling insecure, and that's going to lift this wall. The energetic blockage is going to kind of go away. Spirit, Spirit, please describe Group 1's beauty. The Knight of Pentacles, right under the Prince of Discs. Okay. King of Swords. Yeah, that intelligence is definitely coming through. And a 5 of Cups. Okay, Group 1. So, yeah, I definitely... If this message about insecurity is not resonating with you, then... I'm sorry these messages are coming through. The rest of it still applies. It's just, some people are feeling... I feel like a lot of people drawn to this group were just feeling very insecure about your body in particular for some reason, and I feel like there's just this message coming through that your insecurity is not warranted, and Spirit just wants to say that you are absolutely beautiful. And if you don't feel like you're conventionally attractive, there are other people that just admire you, but you don't see them. That admire your physical beauty, but you're not looking at them because you're too busy maybe judging your own body, to be honest. With the King of Swords here, yeah. And you see how this Queen of Pentacles, she's kind of looking away. It's like people are looking at her, but she doesn't see them because she's looking at something else. She's like looking at this kind of barren wasteland that looks like behind her, instead of like all this abundance around her. And I don't know why it's looking that way to me right now, but I just feel like other people can see your beauty, but you can't see it, and it's creating an energetic block for some of you. I just feel like you have so much going on for you. The Nine of Pentacles, she's very strong, independent, she's very practical. That's another thing coming through with the beauty of your personality here, is this practicality and this loyalty, this humor, this wit. You have so much going on for you, Group 1. Very hardworking with the two Knight of Pentacles here. You would basically... Some of you are in partnerships, I guess, but there's just a big message coming through for the people who are single here. It's just like you are actually kind of the perfect partner. You're you're loyal, you're perfect, you're funny, you're hardworking, you're a person who will stick with any hard times in a relationship and make it work. So it's just like, stop. If you focus on like any negative aspects of yourself, that's kind of going to be magnified in your head. And I feel like there's just this discrepancy between how you see yourself versus what you actually are. And Spirit kind of wants you to maybe work on that a bit. Start seeing yourself in more of a positive light, because you deserve that positive light, basically. But anyway, Group 1, this has gone on for a while, so I think I'm going to end this right here. I hope this was interesting. I hope this was helpful. Just remember that you are beautiful inside and out. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, share this video with anyone who you think might be interested in it. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Moss Gate today. So today we are going to try to describe your beauty through the cards. So let's get started. For you guys, we have Ghost Pipe, which says mystery. We have the Cobra. Okay. Definitely kind of a strong energy, silent type is what I'm picking up already from that. We have the Four of Wands, which says completion in these Thoth cards. We have the Princess of Wands. And we have the Three of Cups, which says abundance. Okay. That is a lot of fire energy here, so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are fire signs, have a long or strong fire in your chart, or more specifically like a fire sign like Aries, or any fire sign ruling your first house in your chart. So yeah, so the first thing I was picking up, like I was saying, you have this very, very strong energy, but you're not loud about it. You have a subtle, soft demeanor, a subtle, soft way of carrying yourself, but like the energy, the aura you radiate, it's very strong, it's very powerful, and it's very sexy, I guess is the word. I didn't want this reading to get like 18 plus or anything, but you do have a very strong like sexual aura that you kind of radiate, and it's just, even if you don't intend to, it just kind of radiates from who you are, I guess. Because I feel like a lot of you, you're not trying. I don't feel like you dress like very flashy or sexy or in any kind of way to get sexual attention. I just feel like you have this very raw, visceral, fiery kind of sex appeal that just kind of emanates from your entire being, and it just translates into how people interpret your energy. I don't know if that sentence made any sense, but yeah, with mystery here, there's like you're mysterious, I guess, is how to put it, because the Cobra as well is a pretty silent. It's a pretty silent energy, but it's very, you definitely notice a Cobra, you know, when it's like poised upward, almost ready to strike. Like, I feel like your energy just speaks for itself, if that makes sense. Like, your energy is so strong, so sensual. I feel like you just kind of attract even a lot of maybe unwanted sexual attention, and you don't know how you're doing that or why that's happening all the time. Like, maybe you just have a bunch of people that are like sexually attracted to you coming towards you, like a bunch of people you're not interested in, but it just happens anyway. You're not looking for it, you're not trying, but it's just because your natural energy it's very strong. Like, I see it radiating like many meters or yards, like outside of you, like the circle right here. I feel like you're in the middle, and you're like, your energy is just radiating out and filling the entire room, and people can't help but notice you, even if you don't want them to. So for some of you, you might just have a very, very, like if you're a woman, like very, very defined feminine characteristics. You might have very defined female form, whatever that might be, right? There's a lot of different aspects to the female form, like maybe a very prominent hourglass shape, which just kind of has its own sex appeal without trying, right? Because it makes you kind of, I don't know, just the way you move is more feminine, I guess. It's just sexy. So I just feel like you can't hide it because your energy is so strong. And I feel like I'm just like repeating myself here. So I feel like there's, besides just the sex appeal though, there's also this playful, with all this fiery energy here, there's this playful, passionate side to your personality that I feel like is kind of contributing to this huge energetic aura you're putting out there. Because like there's this big ass tiger on this card here, but it kind of just looks like a cat being playful. Like maybe your energy is very almost intimidating in a way because it's so big, but you're also, there's this like playful wild side on the inside of you, and I feel like that's more your internal beauty, is your playful wild side. But you're so subdued in the energy that you give off, or that you try to give off, like you don't talk a lot maybe, that leaves you mysterious, but people can feel this I'm sorry I keep repeating myself. As you guys know, especially if you followed me for a while, it's been a while since I've done these readings, so I'm just working on articulating in a concise manner still. But so forgive me if like I'm just chaotic and not explaining this well. But yeah, your energy is big, it's sexy, it's wild, it's fun, but you're not trying. You're just kind of being almost silent and mysterious. People just feel this from you. And I feel like it just creates this magnetism, especially because you're not overtly trying to show this wild side. You're not overtly trying to show your sexuality, but you can't help but radiate it. Like what I've been seeing this whole time is like this big party or event or something, and you're just kind of like in a corner or against a wall, and everyone's noticing you even though like you're up against a wall. I think that's a lyric to some old song. I don't know what song it is, but that just sounds really familiar to me. Like yeah, just you're attracting all the eyes and all the attention, even though you're kind of off in the corner in the shadows, and people, everyone there, all these people at this party, they still notice you. Okay, Spirit, please describe Group 2's beauty. Just a few cards here, please. We have the Six of Wands, so yeah, that's you standing out, even though, and this is right underneath the mystery and the cobra, you're standing out even though you're not. You're kind of in the shadows, but people still notice you. It's exactly what I was just saying. Here we have the Ten of Wands. I feel like there is kind of a sexy way you walk as well, even if you're not trying to. And again, if you're like particularly have like strong female curves or female shape, it just, you kind of can't help that it's noticeable that you're sexy when you walk. It might just be that. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. Group 2's beauty, please, Spirit, and the Ten of Swords. Okay, so that is 2 tens. Okay, so with the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles here, I do feel like it's that thing I was saying with you guys getting unwanted attention and having to reject people a lot, maybe more often than you want. And I feel like some of you might feel bad about rejecting all of this attention. Like you're like, I don't want to have to make all these guys or all these people that come up and hit on me. I don't want to like have to reject them because it makes me feel bad because they put themselves out there and I have to reject them because I can't say yes to every single person that asks me out, like that kind of thing. So I do feel like, yeah, this is definitely my group that gets a lot of attention. And maybe for some of you it's not necessarily unwanted, but it's overwhelming. But yeah, with this Ace of Pentacles here, this just feels like a lot of people, well, quite frankly, hitting on you because of all this like sexual energy that you kind of radiate. and you just don't want all that attention, or at least you don't want it as much as it happens to you. And yeah, maybe it's overwhelming, because I do feel like a lot of you do have really good hearts on you, and you don't want to make people feel bad by rejecting them. You just can't say yes to everybody, and you don't like to, break people's hearts, but you might just kind of be a bit of a heartbreaker group too, and not intentionally. I feel like you can't really help this energy that you radiate, but there's this mysterious magnetism about you, and I feel like you just draw people in. You just draw people in, and it's just the power of your energy, the power of your beauty, and yeah, honestly, it's subtle but powerful. If I could describe your beauty in a very concise way, I would say subtle but powerful. But anyway, group 2, I am going to end your reading right here. I hope this was interesting. If it was, and you are new here, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. Share this video with anyone who you think might find it interesting. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the natural clear quartz point today. So today we are going to describe your beauty through the cards. So you guys know, as I said in the intro, this is my first reading in a while. So the first 2 groups, I'm not sure I'm so great at articulating myself, so please forgive me, bear with me here today as I get back into the swing of things. But anyway, let's get started. So for you guys, group 3, your beauty, we have adversity, and that came out in reverse. I don't normally read those in reverse, but just feel called to today. So we have the starfish. We have the 6 of discs, which is the 6 of pentacles, and on top the cards they say success. We have the ace of cups, and we have the aeon, which I believe is equivalent to judgment in traditional tarot. Okay, group 3, so while I was preparing your group, I was getting, but before I even drew any cards for this, I was getting kind of like bohemian vibes, kind of flowy, hippie, naturey vibes. So maybe some of you in your physical characteristics, you kind of have this kind of flowy, bohemian type of style, or just something about your energy or your hair kind of matches that. Very naturey, very natural. But I want to say what's coming through in these cards to describe your beauty. We're not talking about physical stuff so much in this reading. This is more about your internal beauty, which is very, very strong. It's very, very beautiful, and I'll get to that in a second. But I feel like there's this little message in the beginning here that with the starfish here, this is saying you do have a lot of physical beauty, so don't take what we're talking about like in the rest of this reading as like to say, oh, you're beautiful on the inside but not on the outside, because no, the starfish is very, like the whole energy of this spirit totem is, it's very beautiful on the outside, but like the negative characteristic of the starfish is that it's shallow. But the rest of this reading is saying you are definitely not shallow, but the starfish is very, very beautiful, very shiny, very radiant on the outside. So you definitely have a lot of physical beauty, but that's not what the cards are wanting to talk about anyway for this reading. So your beauty, group 3, radiates from your heart. Okay, so this Ace of Cups here, I'm just seeing the heart chakra. Your heart chakra is wide open. It's beautiful. You radiate a ton of loving energy, with the Six of Pentacles here, a lot of generosity, I feel like. You have a very giving spirit, a very forgiving spirit as well. There's so much kindness and love. Like, I just see a lot of love radiating from your heart center, from your heart chakra, and like all of these kind of rainbow colors. And I guess that's kind of the imagery here as well. Like, bright, happy, just love in all of its colors, all of its forms. It just feels like pure, unconditional love radiating from your soul. And I feel like that is something you had to develop. I mean, we're all born with loving hearts, right? But I feel like that's why adversity came in reverse here. I feel like in your life you've had to deal with maybe an abnormally high level of adversity, problems, hatred, abuse, mistreatment, something like that. Some sort of like very, very strong adversity you've had to face. And I feel like through that adversity, you didn't close off your heart. You just learned to open it more. And maybe that took a lot of time for some of you, because I can't imagine it wouldn't take time. But I feel like your beauty, at least in where your energy stands right now, it is coming from this wide open heart chakra. And I feel like that was a choice. Okay, I feel like you chose to not only leave your heart open from facing this adversity, you chose to open it even more. Because with the Aeon here, I'm getting like total forgiveness, total surrender. Like you surrendered to the adversity, let it transform you. You didn't let it eat you up alive, and you chose to forgive any people or situations from your past that were this adversity, that were this pain. And I feel like through that process of forgiveness, that your heart became more generous, more open, more loving, and you've learned how to unconditionally love. And that it's very, very, well, quite frankly, it's a very spiritually advanced state of being. Because the universe, God, source, everything, like the structure of everything is basically made out of this unconditional love. That's what the universe is made out of, is this unconditional love for everything. And I feel like you've almost mastered that, because that is the energy radiating from your heart, is that unconditional loving power, which you freely share. I feel like you're freely sharing this love. Because there's a lot of generosity, and maybe with this being the Six of Pentacles here, it might be for some of you a generosity of material things, but I feel like you generously give love, you generously forgive. Maybe some of you you don't have time to hold on to resentment, but it's more than that. It just feels like you consistently choose to forgive. See that everyone's going through their own struggles. Everyone else is a person. Everyone else is growing and learning lessons. And it's like you understand that if they hurt you, it's because they're lost. And you chose to not go down the path of being lost. You chose the path of love. Which is really, it's really the path towards God. Towards, enlightenment, towards love. It's such a beautiful, beautiful energy, group 3. And purity, that's another thing I was hearing for your group, was purity, especially on this pure clear quartz stone that you chose here. I just feel like there's a total purity in your soul, and your beauty comes from that. And if you see the figure here, it's totally clear, transparent, clear, pure soul. And yeah, I just don't know what else to say. It's like a pure expression of beauty, because your beauty is your heart. It is your love. And yeah. Spirit, please describe Group 3's beauty. Please describe Group 3's beauty. We have the Tower. We have the Seven of Wands. Again, this is the same thing with adversity reversed here. So all this pain, all this adversity, and then the Seven of Wands is about overcoming, succeeding, fighting through it. You've overcome adversity and you didn't close off your heart in response to it. So I feel like these cards are just reiterating everything I've already said here. And it's just because your beauty is so simple and pure, it doesn't really need a lot of description. It's just, I don't know, like the pure essence of beauty just coming from your heart. But let's see if the cards have anything else to say here. Just love. There's just so much love. But Spirit, do you have anything else to say to describe Group 3's beauty? Group 3's beauty. We have the Five of Cups. And the Ace of Swords. So, not really. It's just, you have your wide open heart. Okay, it's just like with the Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords here. This is you seeing the reasons, comprehending and understanding the reasons for any pain you've gone through. In terms of what I said earlier, you understand where other people are coming from. Sorry, there's a robin that just showed up outside of my window here, so I'm trying to interpret what that message means for you guys. We'll get to that in a second, but basically what I was saying was, you know, you understand the reasons for your pain. You have total clarity about it. You have total clarity and understanding for any people that hurt you, why they did it, and you forgave them. You have total clarity for any, like, why it happened for you and your soul. Like, you've even forgiven your higher self. Like, especially for some of you, if you were born into a really difficult circumstance or situation, I feel like forgiving yourself for incarnating into those situations is something you had to do, something you had to work on, something you had to go through. And you've accepted it, understood it, and it's just left you filled with so much love. So the robin's showing up outside the window here for you guys. This feels like maybe this forgiveness, this release is a little fresh for some of you. And if that's the case, it's something that you've recently mastered, is this loving energy. I feel like the message from the robin showing up outside this window here is that you have a fresh, clean slate to work with. Like, you've cleared all of the junk out of your heart, out of your soul, and you need to not be afraid to move forward. You have all the clarity, all the love, all the power you need, and I feel like you realize this, but maybe some of you still have a fear of moving forward towards whatever it is you want. Not a fear necessarily, but I feel like maybe you're creating some sort of mental confusion for yourself, like you don't know exactly where to go. And I feel like Spirit's just wanting to remind you that you have this whole fresh journey ahead of you. And you can go in any direction you want and just keep your heart open, filled with all of this beautiful unconditional love, and you're going to end up right where you need to be. But anyway, Group 3, this was beautiful. You are beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here and you enjoyed this and you enjoyed Pick a Cards, please feel free to subscribe or share this video with anyone who you think might be interested in watching it. But anyway, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Hi, Group 4, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Rose Quartz Window Stone today. So today's reading, sorry, my doggo just came over. Hi, sweetie, hi. So today's reading, we are looking into your beauty. We're going to try to describe your beauty. I'm sorry, she wants a lot of attention right now. But anyway, let's get started here. So for you guys, we have a ritual with elderberry, I think that is. We have the bear. Yes, pretty, you're a very pretty doggo. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so group 4. I'm gonna say this is my recent glow up pile. So I feel like you have recently had some sort of glow up or transformation in terms of your beauty, especially your physical beauty. And if not, it's kind of a glow up in progress. Some of you might actually have also been drawn to group 1. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. I feel like it's loud. Like it's a loud, big glow up that people are noticing. I feel like some of you are almost even like afraid to see how people will react to some sort of change or glow up you've made. You feel like a lot of people are talking about it, or you are worried people will talk too much or respond to it negatively, even though you worked really hard at this glow up. And I don't, if you do have that fear, because I feel like some of you do, it's like you don't need to have that fear. It's all the reactions you're getting, or all the reactions you will get, will be positive. So that's kind of a message. But I feel like you have put a lot of work into changing something about your physical appearance, and it's really paid off. I feel like you are radiating a lot of self-confidence, and maybe that's why I'm getting the word loud. Maybe loud is not the right word. It's bold. You are boldly accepting yourself. You are boldly accepting your own beauty, your own attractiveness, especially physical attractiveness here. I feel like that's your biggest transformation now. Even if you've made like physical transformations, there's been a huge transformation in terms of your self-confidence. I feel like your solar plexus chakra has just been like opened massively, and you're walking tall, you're walking proud, and it's noticeable, okay? This glow up might have been triggered by walking away from something recently. With the Eight of Cups here. But yeah, I'm seeing this massive self-confidence. A lot of self-love here as well with the Queen of Cups. Okay, so what I'm feeling is that this group, a lot of you who chose this group, it is, you walked away from something. And I feel like with the bear here and the ritual, you went into a period of kind of isolation. And that's where you kind of worked on yourself, you worked on your physical appearance, you worked on your self-love. And I feel like you either just came out of this period of isolation and you're presenting yourself out to the world again, or you're about to, or you need to, maybe. If some of you are still like hiding away from the world. But it's like with the bear here, being in this period of hibernation, resting, recuperating, and yeah, I feel like this period of hibernation, so to speak, it's left you bolder, it's left you brighter, or you've transformed into that anyway, and it's noticeable. Even if there isn't a big change to your physical appearance, your physical beauty, there is something about your confidence that is noticeable, and I feel like your whole energy is, I'm not taking any shit anymore. Like you've really realized something during this period of hibernation. This Ace of Swords is very much speaking to me about realizations, and because of all this bright, confident energy, I feel like you've just maybe it's just realizing your worth during this period. Yeah, it's like you've realized your worth, and now that's showing through in how you're carrying yourself. Especially you're just confident and self-accepting and self-loving. And this period of hibernation was definitely a period of healing for you, because you've had a lot of realizations, necessary realizations that you had to have. Maybe realizing how you weren't necessarily treating yourself right or loving yourself in the way you should have. But I feel like you've just recently gone through this. You've done all of this self-loving work, and it's paid off. You are radiating so much confidence. Spirit, for group 4, please describe group 4's beauty. So yeah, I'd like to definitely get some specifics here. We have the Page of Wands. Some of you are not used to walking and feeling so confident about yourself, but don't hesitate, okay? These realizations you've made about your own worth, your own value, your own beauty, they're accurate. So don't let stepping out of this period of hibernation scare that confidence away, because it's deserved. Those realizations you made, they weren't just some figment of your imagination. They weren't just some fake realization in the moment. It was actually you realizing some truths about yourself. So don't be afraid to step out now. Don't be afraid to step out of your hibernation. Somebody needs to hear that anyway. We have the Three of Swords. Spirit, please describe group 4's beauty. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Three of Cups. And one more. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I don't know why I'm feeling like drawing so many more cards for you guys, group 4, but okay, so I feel like after this glow up period, you're going to be attracting a lot more attention than you're used to. Okay, especially if you were dimming your light before, and this is the first time your confidence and your solar plexus chakra is wide open. You know, it's like kind of a stereotypical thing to say that confidence is what makes someone attractive, but it's honestly kind of true. The energy of confidence attracts a lot more attention, a lot more people. It makes you a lot more physically attractive, even if it's on a subconscious level. So some of you, if you're not used to getting a lot of attention, I think that's something you might need to prepare for coming out of this period of isolation. Or for some of you, I know it's not isolation, but this period of, I don't know, just like laying low for a while, glowing up, whatever it is. I feel like it's going to be, I mean, you're attracting a lot of positive attention. It's just for some of you, you're not used to that. So I feel like maybe that's why there was this message of don't be scared of that. Like, don't go back into your shell when you start getting that attention, okay? You need to own yourself, own your confidence, keep loving yourself. So, like, don't let your insecurities come back and get the better of you, okay? What you've done recently is own up to who you actually are, feeling who you actually are, knowing who you are, standing in yourself, standing in your confidence, standing in your power, and you're being encouraged to stay in that energy, even if some of the new attention you're going to be getting is overwhelming. Yeah, the Ten of Wands and the Six of Wands right here. Yeah, it's overwhelming positive attention as I feel what's coming for you. And yeah, just don't be scared, okay? The Three of Swords to the Six of Cups just feels like the message is leave your insecurities in the past. Remember, I just feel like recently, like I keep saying, you made so many realizations about your own value recently. It's just like, don't keep it. Keep magnifying that vibration. Keep magnifying that confidence. Keep magnifying that self-worth. And I just feel like there's going to be temptations to let past insecurities get the better of you, and there's just a strong message coming through here that don't let that happen, okay? The Page of Wands is kind of going out on his adventure, taking his first step, okay? So you can take your first step, your first few steps here, and there's going to be this temptation to fall into your old insecurities here because it's been the first time you've stepped out after this isolation, this glow up. And it's like, push past that. Push past those insecurities, because the insecurities are a lie. The value you've recently realized about yourself is the truth. Okay, it's just like somebody really needs to hear that, because I do feel some trepidation, and I've been feeling that since the beginning of this reading, and it's just like, don't get scared out of your new confidence. Just remember who you are. But yeah, this is a lot more people, a lot more offers, a lot more attention, and it's all good, okay? If you're maybe kind of shy or introverted and you're not used to it, or you don't like a bunch of attention, just remember that it's positive validation for who you are. It's new people coming in to match this confident and accurate image you've recently developed of yourself. You've recently developed a very accurate, positive image of yourself. And that's why these people are coming in. They're not coming in to annoy you, although you might get a little overwhelmed sometimes. They're just coming in to reinforce and match this new positive vibration you have of yourself. So anyway, group 4, good job on your glow up. Good job on your self-realizations. Good job on loving yourself. I feel like you've always had a ton of beauty inside you. You just weren't realizing it until recently. That's really what this feels like to me. Like you've had a lot of beauty inside you your whole life, physical, internal, and you've recently realized it. Keep owning it, okay? Don't get scared. Just keep owning who you are. Own your value. But anyway, group 4, I'm going to end this right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this and you like pick a cards and you're new here, please consider subscribing. Please share this as well with anyone who you think might find it interesting. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.